Hello, everybody. This is Lanko, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the topic of AI in language learning. Now, what on earth is AI in language learning? We probably all heard a little bit about AI doing these magical things, those magical things, but about language learning, really? Yes, it's in language learning. And today I'm going to be explaining how you can use it in your language learning to benefit you and your learning to make you advance faster than everybody else around you. All right, so here we go. Now, recently there's been a huge trend when it comes to language learning and AI. Okay, so if you go on the App Store, on the Play Store, or really on just many websites about it too, there's lots of things coming out relating language learning to AI. So there's lots of speak to your tutor, your AI tutor type of apps, or there's like, the correction kind of apps. All of these apps are great, but a lot of the time they'll actually charge you money to use them, or they will not respect your privacy. Like they'll sell your information to third parties, so on and so forth. So today I'm going to be talking to you about which AIs you can be using to learn your languages, and not only that, but how you can use them in order to improve your language learning. Okay, so firstly, when it comes to language learning, you have to understand that you can use AI in your language learning to improve your listening, speaking, reading, and writing with no embarrassing moments. So a lot of people have the issue that they are quite they get embarrassed very easily. Maybe they're nervous. Maybe they don't like social interaction. I have friends that like learning languages, and they do the whole deal. They writing, listening, speaking, whatever, but they are very shy and they do not like awkward public situations or social interactions. So AI is a perfect way to avoid these, unwanted social interactions if you are one of those kind of people. Another thing I would like to add here is that when it comes to AI can correct you in a way that will not be rude. So you will never get those kind of like people who will be like, wait, no, you said this wrong. You will never feel corrected in a mean way. Rather, it'll be the AI correcting you in a nice way. So what do I mean by correcting you in a nice way? You can use AI in many ways. One of them being correction. So you can use the AI to actually correct your work. So what I recommend that you do actually is, for example, if you want to write a little article, a little blog, a little whatever, right? Just write a little journal of your day electronically, right? What you can do is you can take that, put it into the AI, and ask the AI, hey, are there any spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes in my diary, in my entry here? And it will tell you if there are any spelling mistakes, any grammatical mistakes, so on and so forth. Now, with AI, as we may already know, AI is not always perfect. It does have flaws. Therefore, you may not want to rely on it 100% for accurate answers. However, it does give you a general guide on what is right, what is wrong, which is pretty good. It's better than every single time sending your diary to your pen pal and being like, hey, can you please correct my darkest secrets, please, right now? Like maybe you don't want other people seeing your diary. Maybe you don't want other people seeing what you're writing. You can just send it to the AI, and the AI will correct it for you without any judgment, without thinking anything weird of you. Okay, so that's the first way. Okay, you can use it to correct your writing. Okay, that's number one. Another thing that you can do, actually, very interestingly, with the AI is that with the AI, if you want to practice your conversation with the AI, both actually speaking, you can use plugins with ChatGPT, with Bard, you can use voice, with Bing AI, you can also use voice. So when it comes to these AIs, in which you can use voice and text, by the way, you can ask it to have a conversation with you in a way that you want to have a conversation. What do I mean by this? You can set the parameters of the conversation. So you can say, hello, I want you to be my grandma, okay? I want to be the grandchild. Can we please talk in a grandma-grandchild way and use the vocab related to the house in our conversation, right? And so then you can kind of role play with the AI about this particular situation. And what's nice about this is that you can prepare yourself for real life conversations with this AI. Sometimes it may be hard to find resources on specific situations for your language. So for example, if you are learning, I don't know, per se, Kazakh, okay? You're learning Kazakh Dili, amazing language, whatever. You're learning Kazakh Dili, I don't remember how to say it, the Kazakh language. And as you're learning the Kazakh language, you're like, oh my goodness, I really want to talk to my grandma, but I don't know how to speak to her in Kazakh because guess what? the textbooks don't talk about how to talk to your grandma in Kazakh. So you can use the AI to help you pretty much train yourself for the conversation with your grandma with words that would be related to the house, your age, the family, things like that. So these are things that you cannot usually do with a textbook, and actually it's very hard to do even with a native speaker, because when you have a native speaker, they can talk to you the way that they usually talk, but they cannot pretend to be your grandma. That would be weird. In this case, you can use the AI to help you practice this conversation, which has not happened yet, but which may happen. So it's wonderful. You can use AI to practice for future conversations with specific people that you would like to talk to, or for specific situations which you would like to train yourself for, no matter what it may be. Yeah. Just be sure, once again, AI is not always correct. So make sure to double check the information that the AI gives you. Yes? Understood? Okay. Moving on. Another thing about AI is that you can also go at your own pace. So I know I speak very fast, but the AI, no matter which AI you're using, okay, which this is the beautiful part, will not be like me and speak a million miles an hour, okay? The AI will go at your own pace. You can read the AI at your own pace. You can respond to the AI at your own pace. Unlike when you have a pen pal, right, which you have to be cordial to. You can't just leave them on red for hours or not respond to the messages for a long time, or else, it will be reciprocal. With the AI, you can text it whenever you want, stop the conversation whenever you want, without having to be nice, without having to be rude, without having to be anything, because it's just an AI. So what I'm saying here is that when it comes to the AI, you can go at your own pace, learn at your own pace, and no matter if it's 1 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever the case may be, you can always practice with the AI without having to worry if the AI is awake, sleeping, hungry, busy, whatever it may be. The AI is always available for you. The AI is AI. That's another fact. Okay? That's another thing about AI, that it will go at your own pace. Wonderful stuff. Another thing also is that when you have the AI, you don't have to worry about like getting to know people, right? Because I feel like a big issue when it comes to learning a language and having a conversation partner, whether it be virtually or in person, is that a lot of time especially if it's somebody new, you have to get through that getting to know the person phase, right? What is your name? How old are you? Where do you live? Oh my goodness, amazing. Wow, you have a dad? Wow, me too. You have a mom? Wow, me too. Do you like eating food? Wow, me too. And it's really boring a lot of the time. So how do you surpass this? Well, you get past this using AI, because with AI, as I said, since you can set the parameters of the conversation, you no longer have to pretend that you don't know this person. You can role play as a character that you would like to role play as, right? And this has no limits. Before I said grandma and grandchild, but you could really say like, whatever fictional characters like Spider-Man and Batman having a conversation, like really, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, but you can avoid a lot of unnecessary conversation and just focus on this one particular conversation, on this one specific kind of material which you do want to study, right? You can get rid of the fluff and just get right into it, right? It's amazing. Up next, we have the features that come with AI, okay, that make it so useful. So as I said before, you can make AI correct your work, right? So you can send like a paragraph of text to AI and tell it like, hey, correct my work for me, please, right? Rewrite the English for me, please. Rewrite the Chinese for me, please. Please rewrite the French for me, please. You can make it fix things so they sound better, so they're grammatically correct, so on and so forth, right? So you can use it as a language learning tool in that regard. But you can also put in texts that you don't know the meaning to and make ChatGPT or make Bing AI or make any other AI, really, any of the major AIs. You can put this text in there and make it translate the text for you. And you can even tell it to individually translate each word and then put it into a chart. This chart, by the way, you can then plug into your flashcard learning software, which in my case would be Anki. Okay, so you can put the chart into Anki and then study the text that you put into the AI. Yeah, pretty much just making flashcards for you. It's skipping like half of the work for you, really. It really is. The only thing you have to do after, of course, that the flashcards will not look perfect. You would have to maybe refine them within the app itself, add some pictures, add some audio, but it would create the flashcards for you, so you wouldn't have to manually add every word, copy, paste. You literally just add the text there, and you copy the chart. You can put it over to Google Spreadsheets, and then from there download it as a CSV file for Anki, by the way, and then you can import it to Anki. right? It's really simple. It's really simple. I might just make a tutorial about it in another video, okay? But moving on. So not only can it make flashcards for you, but it can also make charts for you, these kind of things, right? So you can ask it to make a chart with different grammatical rules. You can make it make charts with different groups of words. You can make it make charts explaining like masculine and feminine in different languages, like in French or in Spanish. So there's so many different functions that you can use. You just have to be creative with it. And the right thing that you have to do as well is you have to use the prompts, the correct prompts, and in order to use the AI properly. If you're not using the right prompts, you are not using the AI properly. There's so many videos online explaining prompts. I might just make one as well. But for now, all I have to say is prompts are king when it comes to using AI. So if you are using AI to learn languages, please, 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 for goodness sake, use the right prompts. Be specific with your prompts and have intention with your prompts. Don't just say, I want to practice language. Say, I want to practice language in this situation, in this setting, with these characters. I want you to record every word. I want you to translate these words. I want you to make a chart for these words. And I want you to make this list, this prompt list, right? And I want you to paste it before every single time that you interact with the AI when you're going to practice with it, so that your experience is a lot better when interacting with the AI. Okay? Now I'm going to move on to the things which I do not like very much about AI and learning languages. So, as I said before, AI is not always correct. So sometimes it will straight up lie about information. I actually had to learn about this the hard way. Won't say how I did, but I did at one point in my life. And it will straight up lie. And sometimes you will even ask it, is this a lie? Is this information correct? And it will say, yes, this information is correct. But it's actually a lie. So AI, maybe say, just trust it maybe like 70 to 80% of the time. Sometimes, especially if you smell that something is off, or if it's something that you think is very important to your language learning, I recommend that you double check it with a native speaker, or that you look it up online yourself. Check up with your textbook. See if what is actually in the AI is correct. It will be right most of the time, doesn't mean it will be right all of the time, okay? Cool. Okay, so don't blindly believe the AI, okay? Because just like people, AI can have the wrong answers, say the wrong things, mess up, okay? Especially because AI, some AIs like ChatGPT don't have access to information after a specific date. So it might be limited in what it can give you as information, right? Regardless, moving on. AIs do not always support all languages. So in my case, for example, I really like the Kyrgyz language. I would love to learn Kyrgyz. However, I don't think Google, as of right now, supports the Kyrgyz language. ChatGPT, I'm not sure if they really did either. And the issue is that sometimes the language, because I've checked with like Vietnamese, I've checked with Kyrgyz, I've checked with different languages, sometimes they will offer the language. So yay, they have the language. However, even though they offer the language, because so little people have actually input that language into the AI, what will happen is that the output with that language will be of less quality. So sometimes the output will sound weird, the output will not be correct, the output will have maybe even a grammatical mistake, believe it or not, or spelling mistake. So what we have to do here is we have to be, once again, very vigilant about what we're doing with the AI, and vigilant about the way that we're interpreting the information. We got to make sure that what we're getting is right, okay? We're not using ChatGPT to confuse ourselves. We're using ChatGPT to learn, okay? So once again, use the tool, but don't rely on the tool, okay? Use it, but don't rely on it, okay? So if you ever second doubt something, run it through again. But once again, as I said before, you could use it, for example, to create a dialogue, right? If I want to go to the farm, I can create a dialogue between a farmer and a man from the city who wants to buy vegetables from the farmer. And I can make this dialogue and maybe ask a native speaker, hey, does this dialogue make sense? Does anything here sound weird? And if not, then wonderful. You just created a whole dialogue, catered to you, which you can now use to study vocab. Unbelievable. Usually you have to pay money to attend a course, to learn business, French business, Kyrgyz business, whatever, business Russian, but you don't have to if you just use ChatGPT, if you just use Bing AI, if you just use Google Bard, if you just use these AIs to create your own dialogues and practice languages on your own, self-sufficiently learning languages. This is amazing, okay? So next up, please, for goodness sake, do not tell AI your secrets, okay? Do not tell AI your secrets, because the issue here is that we do not know 100%. We don't understand 100% the implications of giving these AI our personal information. So please do not do something silly like giving it your credit card information. Do not give your exact address. Please do not give out your full name along with some important number for you. Okay, like you understand what I'm saying, right? Just do not give up your security on these AIs. Please do not do that. Please just don't feed it information, because they feed this information. We don't know where it's going to go afterwards. Okay, we don't know how the AI will use it afterwards. So please do not feed the sensitive information to the AI. Okay, do not give like government secrets to the AI. Okay, sound good? Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, lastly, I would like to say that even though this tool, so this new emerging AI technology that we can use with language learning is amazing. It can help us in so many different ways in correcting our writing and practicing our speaking, because now we can speak to the AI and listen to the AI, have full-on conversation with the AI, both in text and like orally. The AI at times may be censored, right? There's recently been controversy about certain political topics being censored, about maybe a slight political bias in some topics. So what I would like to say now is that do not expect the AI to be a spiritual guide. Do not expect it to be a wise human. Do not expect it to be any of these things, because the AI is meant to be as far as I understand, they're meant to be as neutral as possible. Okay, they're not meant to be political machines or historians or whatever the case may be, or to debate others about religion. It's just an AI model, a language model. Okay, so what I recommend that you do is that you try to keep topics within the moderate range, things that you think would be appropriate to speak to the average random person on the street is probably also okay with the AI. Okay, so please keep in mind that there are restrictions with what you talk about with the AI, because sometimes the AI will say it cannot comment on these things because of political sensitivity, because of whatever the case may be. There's also, please do not tell the AI your personal info. Also remember that AI does not maybe support all languages, or the quality of learning with all languages on AI is not the same due to the differences in input and output. However, that can change with time. Okay, and also do not be discouraged if that is the case, because you can always correct it with native speakers or with your own other online resources. And finally, last but not least, AI is not always correct, so please double check your stuff. Okay, just double check your stuff. It's not that hard. But by using AI, you can save yourself so much time of, I wouldn't say of studying, but of creating resources in order to be able to study, right? You no longer have to buy a whole textbook to get a few paragraphs of convo, right? You don't even have to look it up online anymore. You can just ask the AI to create the convo that you want to hear, okay? You no longer have to have a boring conversation. You can have the conversation that you want to have, right? You can get something like even travel recommendations from this thing. This thing is amazing. So I recommend that, because we have this tool, that you use it. Okay, use it. And yeah, that's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. This has been Lioncool. Please leave a like, subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Yeah, see you in the next video. Take care.